Hello, hello! My name is Kallista and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In the last episode, we entered Denerim to try and track down this Brother Genitivi for our Lesser Isolde, and you have no idea how good it is to say that, because I thought I was going to be making a very different video today. I actually thought I was going to have to make a video saying that my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play was going to have to be cancelled, because I have been dealing with so many bugs. The last time I tried to record this episode, basically the graphics just were completely screwed. This lady's bow was black. These two were such a problem because their outfits kept kind of changing colour. Like, when you looked at it one way, yeah, you've got like a chantry priest and a woman in rags, and then you turn the camera that way and suddenly he's purple and she, Madam, don't bump me. I know you're excited to have your bow back, but still. But yeah, and like her outfit would be like bright red, and like the priestesses, the children, like it was a complete mess. And I was trying to just do general bug fixing. I was loading up previous saves. I went into camp and my dog was completely white. Like, he wasn't brown like he normally is. He was like bone white. And then finally, my game just started crashing. And I couldn't load my save file at all. Like, every time I tried to load into the game, I'm sorry, but Dragon Age Origins has crashed, blah, 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 blah. And I was bricking it. I was just like, oh no. This can't happen. This is episode 110, I believe. I can't re-record this. If this was like episode 5, sure, why not? We'd still be in the origin, but I can't re-record all of this. And I was genuinely very upset. Luckily, I had a very easier fix. Options. Video. I turned down the graphics detail from very high to high, and the texture detail from high to medium. And that seems to have fixed everything. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But it just feels so good to know that my game is not completely buggered. Now then, yes, Mages Collective Liaison. We're picking up some quests from this guy.
It will be done.
Blood of Warning. While they tend to be careful and judicious in their use of force, the Templars do, indeed, make mistakes. I understand that several relatives of our friends among the Collective will soon become targets of the Chantry, and while I trust this will not lead to lasting harm for those innocents, I wish to ensure that those targeted are fairly warned and evacuated before the Chantry can send its message. I ask that a noble soul take the bundle of vials attached to this missive and find the 4 homes and find the 4 homes the Chantry is likely to target in Denerim. Mark the front door of each home with the goat's blood from the vials. Those relatives will understand the message and evacuate before the Chantry can threaten them. Yep, sure, we'll do that. And have you seen me? The Collective is saddened at the absence of the great mage Reynold. Our friend has not been seen in quite some time, and our gatherings are the lesser for the loss of his tales of ribald exploits and the aroma of his delicious twice-baked meat pies. Ooh, delicious. Reynold was last seen travelling in the direction of the Brazilian forest. Oh, how he did so love the outdoors. Anyone who returns with evidence of the whereabouts of the beloved mage Reynold will be rewarded. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Money is money. Yeah, we have our first door over here.
One world, one life, one death. There is but one
Have I heard
God,
this one?
And he is our maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods.
What? No mention of...
Yeah, we have heard that one. It's hello, random elves. Just don't mind me. There we go. And the next one is down here, right next to the Templar. Just don't turn around. Everything is fine. That's right, Mr. Templar. Everything is a-okay. Thank you. Lots of chests. Lots of people to talk to, but like I said, I'm leaving all of this for, you know, when we have a really good ally. An ally that the humans will respect and will hopefully give the good sergeant over their paws before deciding to arrest us. Oh, no. Oh, I don't like that. And before anyone says, he won't actually arrest you, I know, but roleplay purposes, I can't help myself. I'll get that on the way back. Let's see, that's the bar. This is Genitivi's home. But I think there's...
Do you think they sell silk ribbons in that store? I've been meaning to spruce up my boots for the longest time.
But I gave you those nice blue satin shoes, aren't they good enough? There's a warehouse. We don't need to be going in there. The door opens a crack in response to your knock. There is a light breeze, like a change in pressure. Present the small painted box. I'm looking for Red Jenny. You had business in the Circle Tower. So I believe they said that you were just to present the painted box, although it has been a while since I read that codex entry. A large shadow nods. A pouch of coins appears in exchange. The door closes. Hello, Sarah. I'll be seeing you in 10 years' time. When you're old enough to go adventuring on your own and annoy my main character in Inquisition. Now then, I do hope that Genitivi is home. Let's see. Weylon?
Yes? What are you doing here?
Who are you? I'm looking for Brother Genitivi. Brother Genitivi, I presume? I'm sorry, I must be in the wrong house. I was just looking around. I'm looking for Brother Genitivi.
Brother Genitivi? Why?
And why should I reveal this to you? I heard about his search for the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Has he found Andraste's ashes? Arleman needs them. I would like to speak to him about his research. I shall make my purpose known to Genitivi and no other. I mean, this guy was just happily sitting in this home. Presumably he has a reason for being in here. I would like to speak to him about his research.
His research? Ah, you mean his search for Andraste's ashes? He was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genitivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genitivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
Do you think he's in trouble because of the urn? Why would searching for the urn lead him into danger? What do you think he discovered? Maybe he has found the urn and is studying it. Yeah, so I think Artin's probably thinking, oh, maybe this is just like his manservant or like a research assistant. Because, you know, he's, you know, like, oh, I haven't heard from him in weeks. So that would make sense. What do you think he discovered?
I don't know. He was very excited when he left and said he would be back with all the answers. Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genitivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi, and they too have disappeared.
I'll succeed where they failed and get Genitivi back. I must go after them. I need the urn for Arleman. Cunning, how do you know they disappeared? 4, where did you send them? Why did I say 4? Genitivi was close to finding the urn. I should help him. They may have been detained. I'm sure they are fine. Yeah. You would know that Genitivi's disappeared because he's not sending word back, but how do you know the knights have disappeared? How do you know they disappeared?
Well, they haven't returned and they sent no word either.
Maybe they took Genitivi back to Redcliffe. Are you so close to the knights? Why send you word? I suppose that is a fair assumption to make. doesn't mean they've disappeared. Yeah, why would they send word to this random guy? Are you so close to the Knights? Why send you word?
I don't know. After what happened to Genitivi, can you blame me for thinking the same thing could happen to the Knights? Perhaps I am just a pessimist. I hope I am wrong.
So where did they go? I must go after them. I need the urn for Al-Eamon. Genitivi was close to finding the urn. I should help him. They may have been... Yeah. So where did they go?
No, don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I'm willing to risk it. Tell me where he went. I need to obtain the ashes or Al-Eamon will die, but the discovery of the urn would bring hope to so many. Ugh, just tell me before I lose my patience. Very well, I will not press you. Goodbye then. I'm willing to risk it. Tell me where he went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhard, investigating something in that area.
Good, I'll head for the inn immediately then. What exactly was he investigating? I hope his trail has not gone cold. I hope I find the urn. The Arl is running out of time, and maybe you're right. I shouldn't get involved in this. What exactly was he investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
Cunning. But you just said that he spoke to you and told you that. Very well, I will head to the inn immediately. I suppose I will ask him when I see him. But you just said he spoke to you and told you that.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also went through his things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
Intimidate. You sound nervous. Hiding something? And I suppose you found no other clues. Oh, I see. I suppose I should head back to Lake Calenhard. Perhaps I shouldn't follow Genitivi after all. Yeah, so this guy hasn't actually announced who he is. And he is behaving very shifty. You sound nervous. Hiding something?
That's not true. I told you everything I know. Brother Genitivi told me about the inn, and that's all.
Us? Who's us? What's in this inn? Tell me now. You're lying. We both know it. Us? Who's us?
Us? I mean me. There is no us. Bah! Why do I keep up this charade? I gave you a chance to turn aside and forget you ever heard of Genitivi and the urn, but you persisted. Now it has come to this. Andraste, forgive me, I do this in your name.
And in her name you will die. Don't run away. Isn't that right? There we go.
Worked well together.
Sorry, mate. Oh dear. Well, what was this book? Excuse me? Give.
As you say.
History of the Chantry, Chapter 3. Oh, and we have something under characters. Okay. The History of the Chantry, Chapter 3. It is said that at the Battle of Valerian Fields, Mafarath stood and looked out over his armies. He had conquered the southern reaches of the greatest empire the world had ever known and built splintered barbarian clans into a force to be feared. With pride in his heart, he turned to congratulate his men and found that they had turned from him. Mafarath fell to the evil of jealousy. After all that he had done, his wife was the one to receive all of the glory. He saw his wife's power and influence, and tired of his place as second husband, below the Maker. His heart swelled with fury. If he had conquered just to... If he had conquered just to have his wife wrested from him by a forgotten god and a legion of faith-hungry rabble, then perhaps this war was not worth the trouble. Here, history and the Chant of Light come apart. History tells us that Mafarath looked north into the Central Imperium and saw nothing but more war against a rapidly regrouping army, and he despaired. The Chant of Light holds that Mafarath chafed with jealousy of the Maker and jealousy of the glory that Andraste received, although it was he who led the armies. Mafarath travelled to the imperial capital of Minrathous to speak with the Archon Hessarian. There he offered up his wife to the Imperium in return for a truce that would end hostilities once and for all. The Archon, eager to put down the voice of the prophet that stirred his own people against him, agreed. Mafarath led Andraste into an ambush, where she was captured by Imperial agents, putting an end to her exalted march. Crowds of loyalists stood in the central square of Minrathous to watch Andraste's execution. By command of the Archon, she was burned at the stake in what the Imperium believed to be the most painful punishment imaginable. According to the Chantry, however, Andraste was instead purified and made whole by the flames, ascending to life at her maker's side. By all accounts, there was only silence where they expected screams. At the sight of the prophet burning, the crowds were filled with a profound guilt, as if they had participated in a great blasphemy. So moving was the moment that the Archon himself drew his sword and thrust it into the prophet's heart, ending her torment and leaving those assembled to consider the weight of what they had seen. Whereas the execution of Andraste was meant to be a symbol of defeat for the faith of the Maker, in truth it all but sealed the fate of the worship of the old gods and paved the way for the spread of the Maker's chant. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas, by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. I will admit, I do find it a little odd that he has his own books out on his table, but, you know, some people are like that. Brother Ferdinand Genitivi. As it is the duty of all true sons of the Chantry to make the chant heard from every corner of the world, I made it my mission to find as many corners of the world as possible. The Maker can hardly expect us to do one without the other. Excerpt from In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Brother Genitivi is one of the Chantry's most well-known scholars, primarily on the basis of the stories he has published, which many of his contemporaries dismiss as fanciful, of his travels across the length and breadth of Thedas. His travels, and rather too curious nature, led him to a study of folklore, which gave him the notion that he could track down the most debated of all artifacts, the Urn of Sacred Ashes. He announced that he had found what appeared to be the trail of the urn, left in the legends of the regions through which it had passed from Minrathous on its way into hiding. Very interesting. Now then, we have an open door through here. Excuse me, guys. Bless me. Remember to cut that out. Yes, book over here. Dragon Cults. On the Worship of Dragons. What an odd book to be in his home. Let us suggest, for a moment, that a high dragon is simply an animal. A cunning animal, to be sure, but in possession of no true self-awareness or sentience. There has not, after all, been a single recorded case of a dragon attempting to communicate, or performing any act that could not likewise be attributed to a clever beast. How, then, does one explain the existence of so-called dragon cults throughout history? One dragon cult might be explainable, especially in light of the reverence of the old gods in the ancient Avinter Imperium. In the wake of the First Blight, many desperate Imperial citizens turned to the worship of real dragons to replace the old gods who had failed them. A dragon, after all, was a god figure that they could see. It was there, as real as the archdemon itself, and, as evidence makes clear, did offer a degree of protection to its cultists. Other dragon cults could be explained in light of the first. Some cult members might have survived and spread the word. The worship of the old gods was as widespread as the Imperium itself. Certainly such secrets could have made their way into many hands. But there have been reports of dragon cults even in places where the Imperium never touched, among folks who had never heard of the old gods or had any reason to. How does one explain them? Members of a dragon cult live in the same lair as a high dragon, nurturing and protecting its defenseless young. In exchange, the high dragon seems to permit those cultists to kill a small number of those young in order to feast on draconic blood. That blood is said to have a number of strange long-term effects, including bestowing greater strength and endurance, as well as an increased desire to kill. It may breed insanity as well. Navaran dragon hunters have said these cultists are incredibly powerful opponents. The changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic. Surely, but excuse me, I've read that in such a weird way. The changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic, surely. But how did the symbiotic relationship between the cult and the High Dragon form in the first place? How did the cultists know to drink the dragon's blood? How did the High Dragon convince them to care for its young, or know that they would? Is there more to draconic intelligence than we have heretofore guessed at? No member of a dragon cult has ever been taken alive, and what accounts exist from the days of the Navarin hunters record only mad rants and impossible tales of godhood. With dragons only recently reappearing and still incredibly rare, we may never know the truth, but the question remains. From Flame and Scale by Brother Florian, Chantry Scholar 928 Dragon. So I did confirm that Dragon Age Origins takes place in 930 Dragon, so that book is only 2 years old. That's a very new book. Oh, Weylon had 2 injury kits. Okay. Oh, another book.
As you say.
Chantry Hierarchy on the political structure of the Chantry. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry, although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now in fact 2 Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Valroyo. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Minrathous. Neither Divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, a Divine is addressed as Most Holy or Your Perfection. Beneath the rank of Divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Valroyo when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or revered mother is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and Sisterhood form the rank and file of the chantry and consist of 3 main groups: Affirmed, Initiates, and Clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned to the chantry for succour. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who were raised into the chantry life. The affirmed take care of the chantry and are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folks who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitivi. From A Guide for Ambassadors from Ravane. Ooh. That's interesting. I would assume that it's meant for Ravani peoples, because the Chant of Light was never really able to spread to Ravane, and we have a corpse. The body of the real Weylon. Ah, sorry, mate. Steel Symbol of Andraste. This holy symbol is crafted from polished steel and has a severe look to it. And Genitivi's research. Amidst ramblings about local legends and ancient trade routes, one passage stands out. The village of Haven in the Frostbacks seems a good place to start. Pity it's not on any maps. Well, now we know where to go. Weylon wanted to lead us to Calenhad, but no, we have to track down this village of Haven.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Oh, my God. After the the number of crashes I had trying to get just my save file to load. Every time there's just a slight pause on the loading screen, I panic a little bit. Okay, but everything is fine. The game is fine. It's not broken. I want to get that chest over there. Let's go around. Around the back. It'll be fine. Okay. I am kind of umming and ahhing over whether I want to go to Lake Callanhad. Oh, there's a hooded courier also. I mean, that's where the fake Weylon was trying to push us to.
My client appreciates your generosity.
There we go. And let's just very quickly run back over here. It was probably just a false lead. There really isn't any reason to go there.
To serve man and never to rule
Is this the
over.
Maleficar one?
Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children.
They shall be named
Yep.
Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world.
Let's see where Haven is on the map. That's a good place to start. Where is Haven? There is Haven. Oh. So we'll probably be taking either this route up here, in which case we're passing right by Lake Callanhad docks, and then going through. You know what? I'm going to go to this Civil War thing, then I'm going to go to Lake Callanhad docks. Just because we're passing that way. Oh, what the f... Pardon?
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemons saw us. Saw us! What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
Dark.
Well, shit, I was not expecting this. Okay, where you at? You! Get him! Get out of my camp! Okay, who next? You next! Kick it! Oh god, there are so many people. You... Okay, maybe not you. Oh, Sten, be careful. Qwinn, get on the healing, please. Wait, there we go. Got all of them.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
What will they send next? Darkspawn tax collectors?
Fortification should be built around the camp.
Yeah, I can't get a bloody night's rest.
How unnerving.
It will be more difficult to sleep here now.
What, no trap? No ambush? Huh. Some assassins. It is done. Let us move on.
What the hell? Oh my, I was not expecting this. Okay. Oh my god. Well, we survived. God, that's unnerving. I do love that sequence, though. I love that line Alistair says, this camp isn't safe for any longer. Okay, so, again, considering we're going to Lake Callanhad, after we do this,
Yes.
there we go. Do I? Might as well give someone else a shot. Morrigan and Zevran.
Yes.
No, I didn't. No, Puppy. I clicked Morrigan.
Indeed.
There we go. This team. To the Civil War. Oh god, are we getting stopped? It's all go! The episode is almost at a close! Oh, shit. Reynold. Reynold, why?
Very well.
Right.
Of course.
And sweep. Okay. Oh, Morrigan, I love it when you stun things. Nice. Oh, shit. What'd you have? Feldspar ring. A silver band with a finely cut feldspar gem. The gem is rather common, but the setting is crafted with care. Lovely. Oh, Reynold, what were you doing? A master mage's journal. Whoop, there goes my timer. Okay. The last part outlines the failed pursuit of his misguided apprentice, Reynold. Oh. Reynold's plea. Should you find this note, I beg you, please complete my task. I am Reynold, master mage and mentor to the misguided fool Hashir. It seems that my young apprentice got mixed up in magic unmentionable, for which I pledged to pursue him to the ends of the world. If you are reading this, then my apprentice caught up to me and choked from me my last breath. I beg you to delve into this ancient elven forest and end the threat of the abomination my beloved apprentice has become. Should you do this, then I beg you, keep the feldspar ring that you find on my apprentice's body as a token of my thanks, and may you never know profound failure such as that I feel as I write this. Reynold. Damn. Now that, yeah, I am out of time for this episode. I'm going to very quickly level people up. Morrigan, ooh. 2 magic, 1 willpower, 2 magic, 1 willpower. Ooh. Sleep and death hex, that will be nice. Zevran, he has 9. Jeez, hold up, let me see. How much for Blight Blood? You need 31 strength. There we go. And 2 cunning, 1 dexterity. There we go. Ooh, 3 things. And riposte. There we go. Okay, I'm happy leaving it there. In the next episode, we shall head to that battlefield where Loghain's troops are. Maybe have a little bit of fun with them. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.